Thank you very much for joining us today. We're happy to see this interest for collaboration with Collabora. See, in 1 minute as well, I will present the logistics of this room, and then we'll start that in about 3 minutes. Okay, if you have any issue connecting audio or video, let us know and we'll fix it. Okay. All right. While we are waiting for people to join, please feel free to use the chat if you have any questions already, or if you'd just like to say hi. Also, if you'd like to tell us where you're joining from, that could be interesting because we're constantly considering doing more partnerships with companies from other countries, and also creating resources in other languages. So if you'd like to share that, it may help us decide what content to prioritize. Hi, Roland. Great to have you here. Okay, I see just a couple more people need to connect their audio. Okay, just 1 more minute, and then we start with the logistics. Okay, again, if you have any issue connecting audio or seeing the screen, please use the chat to let us know, and we'll try to guide you. Right, just a few more people joining. All right, so a new welcome to everyone that joined in the meantime. As I was saying just 1 minute ago, we're very happy to have you here, of course, and if you'd like to share the country that you're joining us from, it may help us prioritize what countries to write more content and resources in. And also, if you already have any questions about today's topic, please feel free to use the chat for this. And now, speaking of the chat, the platform that we're on is Big Blue Button. You have on the top left a public chat. There you can write during today's presentation, and you can pose their questions. And our colleague Lorina will gather the questions and write them in the shared notes that you have right under the chat. So there in the shared notes, we will be able to see all the questions that were posted during this webinar, and the speakers will answer the questions in order. We already have some questions there because we gathered some questions from the registration form and the emails that we exchanged so far. All right, I think we are ready to start. I see just maybe 1 or 2 people still trying to join. All right, let me just give 1 more minute for this. Okay. All right, so now that the logistics and logging in part is done, it's my pleasure to welcome you today. I'm Stefana from XWiki. I'm today's webinar's moderator. And it is the first time that we do a webinar with a partner, Collabora, so we're very excited to see how it's going. And of course, we'll be very excited to hear your feedback at the end as well. Today, I'm very happy to have with us Lavinia from XWiki. She is a senior software developer at XWiki and the technical lead of the Pro Apps team. And also from Collabora, we have Eloy, who is the VP of Sales and Business Development at Collabora Online. Today, we'll have a presentation kind of split in 2. We will start with Eloy, who will tell us more about Collabora, and then we'll follow with Lavinia, who will tell us more about XWiki and the integration that we currently have for Collabora. All right, just one quick more summary before actually passing the floor to the speakers. For the people that joined a bit later, on the top left of the webinar room, you have a public chat. Please feel free to use it to post any questions or let us know if you have any issues with audio or video. The questions that will be gathered during the presentation will be answered at the end during the dedicated Q&A session. So any question that you will post, Lavinia, my colleague, will gather in the shared notes right under the public chat, and the speakers will take them from there and answer one by one. All right, now let's move to today's presentations. It is my pleasure to give the floor to Eloy to tell us more about Collabora.
Thank you, Stefana. Hopefully you can hear me, everyone. Hello, everyone. Thanks for attending this webinar. Let me switch to my presentation. As Stefana said, I'm Eloy Crespo. I'm Head of Sales and Business Development at Collabora Productivity. Collabora Productivity is the company behind the development of Collabora Online, our flagship product. And I will go deeper into this product later. But right now, a little bit more about what we are as a company, what we do, etc. I think it's important to get some context about who we are, no? So, as I said before, Collabora Productivity is a company founded in 2013 with different products, everything focused on office productivity and an office tool. We have 45 people in the team and we are still growing. We are a UK company based on Cambridge and we have presence in many different countries, 23 countries here, but yes, people all around the world and customers and partners all around the world. We are a subsidiary company from a bigger company called Collabora. It's one of the leading consultancy open source companies worldwide, founded in 2005 with a large team of people, 2 different offices in UK and also in Canada, present in many different countries and many different people doing many different projects. But this is just a consultancy shop, so they are doing consultancy services, everything based on open source. Something that is significant to mention here is that we have a clear mission, which is making open source rock. Everything that we do is open source and we stick to that. And yeah, we want to make open source rock, and that's our main mission and vision for now and for the future. One of the most important parts for us is selling and providing our solution through our partners. That's the reason why we are excited to be here with XWiki, one of our preferred partners. And we really love to work with companies like XWiki that have the same mission, and we share this mission of open source. Again, we're trying to enable our partners to integrate and resell and deploy Collabora Online is the main focus that we have right now. And as you can see, we have many different integrations with many different platforms, technologies, etc. You see here many different names like specific technologies like Drupal, Ilias, Moodle, Cfile, etc. And also using Xcloud, XWiki, as I said before, and other partners worldwide that are able to offer Collabora Online to the end customer. So that's our main mission, also to offer Collabora through our partners. And of course, some customer references that we have. We work with many different public administrations and enterprises and public institutions. One of the main important points for us is data sovereignty and privacy. And that's the reason why in most of the cases, public administrations in Europe and in other countries, they love to have their documents on premise, on their own environment, something that we also share with XWiki. And yeah, you have here some references, but of course, if you are interested in hearing more about other customer successful cases, white papers, etc., you can always visit our website and we have many different information there. As I said before, we are focused on an online office suite and office products. We are not trying to boil the ocean or doing any other things. We are trying to create the best online office suite and the best office suite outside the Microsoft environment. Our flagship product is Collabora Online. As you know, everything is moving to the cloud, not now, in the past also, but right now everything's moving to the cloud, with more people working remotely, etc. So the ability to work on documents online is one of the key points. No, then we have this is Collabora Online, and then we have Collabora Office, which is a desktop offline solution that you can use on your laptop in order to work offline on documents. And then we also have Collabora Office for iOS and Android. This mobility and remote work is also increasing, as I said before, so a lot of people want to work on documents on their mobile devices. So this is free to use for single users. I suggest you to go to your App Store or Play Store if you have an Android or iOS device, download our Office suite, and start working on your documents offline on your own mobile. For Collabora Online, we have a responsive mode available, so you can work in any mobile devices and collaborate with others. So what is Collabora Online? Let's go deeper into the integration. That we are here because of this integration with XWiki. So I think the most important piece is Collabora Online, an online office suite. So Collabora Online is an online office suite that provides you the capability to work on documents, create, edit, modify, and also collaborate on real time with others on documents, and is full feature. This means that our main challenge is to be able to give the users the ability to work on documents without the need of a desktop solution. You have all the features that you expect to have on an online office suite to continue having your productivity, continue working on your documents, spreadsheets, presentations without any problem, and with all the features that you expect to have. We have writer documents, text documents, as you can see, it's a very familiar look and feel. You have, again, everything that you expect to have on a text document. It looks like this. You have many different features. I cannot go deeper into all the features that we have because we are a full feature online office suite, but yes, you have titles by bibliography, you have this beautiful notebook bar for titles, headings, etc. You can create notes, you can create comments, you can reply a comment, you have track changes, you can manage all these changes, etc. So everything that you expect to have on a text document is here. The same for spreadsheets. Normally is one of the biggest use cases that we have, especially in specific sectors like insurance, public administrations, ministries, etc. They use spreadsheets a lot. Finance is also a use case that we have. And you have everything, again, that you expect to have on a spreadsheet. You have pivot tables, conditional formatting, beautiful graphs, colors, sorter, filter by something, auto-filter, formulas, auto-formulas, etc. So again, I know that I'm repeating myself quite often, but it's everything that you expect to have on a spreadsheet. More or less the same for presentations. You are what you want is just a full presentation where you can go for a full presenter mode, directly presenter notes, transitions, animations, colors, shapes, etc. So everything that you expect to have here. You can also hide specific slides. You can move the slides, etc. So again, everything that you expect to have. And also we have drawing in case you are doing some marketing content, for example, and you want to have some specific white papers or flyers or something like that, and you want to structure your document with specific shapes, forms, etc. We also offer this drawing online that you can collaborate with your team on real time. Of course, related to this open source mission that we have, and also to give you an idea of the number of users who are using our core technology. Our core technology is LibreOffice, so it's more than 20 years of experience doing documents and working in interoperability. Then we have Collabora Office as the desktop version, and we build Collabora Online from Collabora Office. So we have the largest team of certified technicians in LibreOffice. We contribute back to the LibreOffice project. We really believe in open source and how open source works. And yeah, as you can see, more than 20 years of experience working on many kind of different documents, many kind of different interoperability issues and problems, and fixing this for our end users. So as I said before, this is just to give you an idea of the experience that we have. We are the most mature Office code base outside the Microsoft environment. And of course, right now, some key benefits why I should use Collabora, why Collabora is good for me, or why I should use Collabora over other solutions. I'm normally trying to divide the key benefits into different points, and I'm trying to make this easy to understand. I'm sure that you are very sensible people, but I think it's easy to just sum up the most important cases that we have, because, well, this is what we offer to our end customers. So first of all, we are here thanks to XWiki. And as I said at the beginning, we have Collabora Online to be integrated with, into our partners' ecosystem and products to sell to end customers. This is the main purpose of Collabora. So with XWiki, this is the real scenario. It's a seamless integration. We are not just an add-on or something that you need to click and go to another platform or to another window or to another solution to work on your documents to get back to XWiki again. No, this is a shameless integration inside your XWiki platform. You will see your document, you click on the document appears in front of you, you can continue working, go back to XWiki platform, etc. Everything on the same environment. And I think this is key to continue having, first of all, productivity and work without any issues, and then this user experience that the users are expecting, no? Not going to any other solution or something like that. Is stay on the same platform and have this beautiful experience of not going anywhere and have everything that you need on one single platform. Again, hammer down the idea of interoperability, because probably it's the most common feedback that we get. Well, we are using Microsoft and I want to continue using my docx document from 2006 or something like that, right? So yes, the answer is yes, we offer an excellent interoperability with many different file formats. Obviously, our core base is open document formats, but we did a huge effort, as I said before, more than 20 years of experience on doing interoperability with Microsoft file formats. With Collabora Online, you can continue working on your documents. We don't care if it's OpenXML, docx, XLX, PPTX, whatever. So excellent interoperability with Microsoft file formats. Your users can continue working with their documents. And obviously, another important point is we have other flavors. You can open PDFs, you can view PDFs, RTF, we have also macros, etc. So I think I put a bullet point here. We are ready for your documents because we are ready for that. And sometimes there is a risk of migrating from a solution to another. In this case, this will reduce your risk because, again, you can continue working with your documents. Probably the main unique selling point, the main or the most important part for our partners and customers is the security and the GDPR compliant and the digital sovereignty, especially with this geopolitical situation. I think it's important to stay in control on your data and your users' data. So with us, everything that we offer is on-premise, on your own environment, or via a hosted solution like from one of our partners like XWiki. So you stay in full control of your documents. The documents never leaves your server. We have a unique secure model for our Collabora Online, so the users only see pixels. The document never leaves the server. Only when you need to download the document is when we send the document from the server to the user. But before that, there is no intermediate or any third-party company doing anything with your documents. You stay in full control of your data, documents, etc. And I think that's huge right now, especially right now. Another important point, at the end of the day, the users are going to use this tool, not only the people who is deciding which tool do they need because it's secure or something like that. So what we're trying to do is always do something easy to use, something that is great, something that you want to use because it's beautiful, because I know where the features are, because my productivity can continue to be as it is right now. And I think we are there because of the familiar look and feel that we have. Is colorful, is easy to use with a beautiful notebook bar, sidebar with all the necessary functionality, all the icons, etc. You can also customize a few things in Collabora that you can do by yourself. So again, it's something that is easy to use, and we're trying to make something that is great for the users so they want to continue using it. Obviously, if you have any doubts, you are using Collabora, you don't know how to use something, you can always reach to us, and we will be more than glad to answer any questions that you may have, obviously. And finally, again, hammer down the idea of open source. And not only because it's open source, I'm a 100% open source believer, is because this is your software. This is on-premise, you control the software, you can audit the software, you can check the software. There is no complex license model around this. You have everything under control, secure, on your own side, with a community behind that, as I said before, more than 20 years of experience on doing documents. So this is something that supports your decision of migrating from an existing Office solution to Collabora Online. So I think it's really, really important, especially these days. And also, we have enterprise support. We develop everything in-house. Everything in Collabora Online is made by Collabora people. So we control the software. We are experts on documents. We are your experts on documents. So you will have complete support with us for all the lifetime that you are using our product. So I think it's also really, really important. And obviously, I will finish with 2 slides with a sum up of the most important points. I always divide the most important points, as I said before. This is for our partners. Our partners normally sell our product or integrate our product. So first of all, for the users, is efficient online sharing. You can collaborate with others. You see different people in the same document, typing at the same time with colors. You can see revision history. You can see the changes. You can put track changes on, record those changes, manage changes. I think it's really a smooth experience when you are collaborating with others on a document. 100% secure, digital sovereignty. Again, this topic is critical. I think it's really important. Everything is under your control. Interoperability again. Many different integrations in case you want to integrate a third-party software because you want to do something. This is open source and we will help you with. Obviously based on LibreOffice with fully enterprise support and truly open source. Everything that we do is under Mozilla license, is 100% open source, auditable. You can see the software, you can see the code and contribute back. And finally, for integrators in general, let's say, like XWiki is the clear example. We have a team working together, they share the same mission. We are offering this to many different customers and clients. You can get an offer directly from XWiki without the need of interacting with us at all. They are experts on this integration, on Collabora Online. So and this is what we're trying to do, enable our partners to be the experts on this. And obviously with their own product that complements all the needs that you have in terms of an online office suite plus other functionality, like in the case of XWiki. Customization and integration. This is your own product, as I said before. Features in order, in case you have some specific feature that you need or any specific thing that you want to implement in Collabora. And again, and again, and again, it's true open source. And I think like XWiki, it's one of the most important pieces for us, making open source rock and yeah, offering something real and make open source the standard in the industry.
Thank you so much, Eloy, for an excellent and comprehensive presentation. And also, of course, thank you for introducing us. Now that you just mentioned integrations, we can give the floor to Lavinia, the senior developer and technical lead of the ProOps, who is actually the person that developed the integration with Collabora. So I'm very happy to give her the floor, and she will tell us more about the integration that XWiki has with Collabora.
Hi, I am Lavinia. I want to thank Stefana for the introduction and to Eloy for his insightful presentation on Collabora. I will now continue by introducing you to XWiki, following with the demo on how the integration can be used effectively and how to configure it in order to maximize its features. Additionally, I will present some use cases where this integration can be beneficial. You might find some that align with your own need. Finally, we will be happy to answer questions you might have. As I mentioned, I'll give a brief overview of XWiki. XWiki is an open source platform that was started more than 20 years ago as a wiki software. It offers a wide range of features focused on knowledge organization and management. Highly extensible, XWiki provides access to 900 plus extensions, allowing you to tailor the platform to your specific needs. As an open source product, XWiki upholds core values of security, privacy, and transparency, resulting in a safe, scalable, and reliable solution. This is exemplified by its use in large-scale deployments by organizations such the ones illustrated in this slide. Now I will proceed to the interactive part, which is the demo. I'm presenting from an instance with the integration already configured for now, and I will get back on the configuration part after. I think many or some of you are already familiar with the UI of XWiki, but in case you are not, this is a wiki page which has the title, some panels with the quick actions and info, actions specific for your page. You have the content that can be edited to add whatever you need. You can use features that XWiki provides, like macros, or you can edit it real time. On the bottom of the page, you have the Doc Extra section where you can add comments. You can get some info on the page, history, and you can also attach files. What XWiki offers for the attachments tab is that you can upload them. You can get all sorts of metadata on the present attachments. You can apply some actions like preview, move, or delete. What the Collabora integration added was the possibility to edit such attachments. So for all the Office Suite files, you will now have the option to edit them using Collabora. Before going to the actual file edit, I want to mention another feature that this integration offers, which is the possibility to create directly new Office files in your page. Basically, instead of creating a new file on your computer, uploading it to your wiki page, and only then having the option to edit, this button will give you the option to create and edit directly in here. On this model, you can choose what type of document you want to create. You have document, presentation, and spreadsheets. You can fill in a name and go directly to edit. These files are created by default using the open format, but as Eloy already mentioned, Collabora supports many more document formats. You will be able to edit those once they are uploaded in the attachment section. As you can see, I'm still in XWiki, yet I am seeing the Collabora Online UI fully integrated in my page with all the features present in here. From here, the next steps will be editing, saving the document, and then returning to my page if maybe I have something else to do, or I want to edit another document. I will add some dummy content. You can already see in the upper left corner that there are unsaved changes. I can save them using this button, or I can rely on the autosave action. This is part of the Collabora server and can be enabled or disabled from there depending on your need. After finishing with your changes, you can go back to your parent page using the close button in the upper right corner, or using the page link from here. It's also important to mention that in case you have unsaved changes on your page, you will be notified before leaving the editor. I will close without saving for now. So I went back to the parent page. Here I will go on to edit another file that I created before this demo in order to show you how the real-time editing is being used. Since this is a very important feature offered in this application, you can have multiple users working on the same document. This file is already opened by another user. And you can see this in the upper right corner or in the document. I will quickly show the two user sessions so you can see how the real time actually looks. So you will see changes in real time in both parts. As I mentioned, you have a fully featured editor, and from now on, I will let you discover it and to test all the features Eloy already mentioned. I will be going back to my page. An important question for how this integration works is the security part, meaning who has access to edit files with Collabora Connector application. And because it's easier like this, I will give you an example. I have a document on which I don't want specific users or group of users to have edit or even view access. The attachment section of a page in XWiki follows the same access rights as the wiki page ones. So everything that is set for a page applies for its attachments. And in conclusion, for the Collabora action as well. On my case, I have a page on which my other user that I used just before doesn't have edit access. You can see this in the page administration. He has the edit right denied. But as a simple user that in, sorry, the demo effect. Okay, sorry. So as a simple user that edits a document, I might not know what rights Jane has, and I will just send her a link for her to contribute to my document. With the other user, just a second to open it. So with the other user, I will pass the link I received to try to edit the document, but you can see here that I only have view right. I cannot edit the document because I don't have edit right on the parent page. The same is applied for the view right. If I don't have view rights on a document, I won't be able to view such a document. In case somehow I get a link from a colleague or I find it in some internal documentation. So rights are well kept for all the documents. This was for the demo part, but how you can make the integration work in your instance. First, you will have to install the latest version of the application. As an administrator, you go to the extension manager, search for Collabora, and install the latest version. Of course, you can install it on subwikis as well. Then, from the same administration UI, you go to Other and select Collabora, and you will get this UI with 4 configuration options. As I mentioned just before, the application can be installed on subwikis as well. You can configure each wiki on their own, or you can only configure the main wiki, and that will apply for each subwiki. So for all the configurations, for which I will give more details in just a second, you can have the app configured in just one place, the main wiki. Some info about each configuration. You can choose if you want the application available or not. If it's disabled, you won't see the Collabora edit action for attachments, nor the new Office file button I just showed you. I can imagine a use case where you enable Collabora from the main wiki, but you want to disable it for a specific subwiki. And that will work. The second configuration is the Collabora Online server address. For this integration to work, beside the XWiki instance, you need a Collabora Online server hosted by you or another provider, and you need to put the address in this configuration. It's important to mention that we are hosting a Collabora server that can be used directly on a XWiki Cloud demo instance in order to be able to test the integration features quickly. We suggest anyway that the production-ready server will be used after getting out of the demo phase. What we used in the demo today was a Collabora Online cool server. The next configuration is a little bit more technical. In short, for the integration to work, the Collabora server needs to know the XWiki domain which will access it. But you might be in a use case where your subwikis are on a different domain than the main wiki. In order to not modify the Collabora host configuration for each subwiki, you can enable this option and that won't be necessary. This is helpful in order to make the application easy configurable with as least configuration steps as possible. And last but not least, editing token timeout, which basically refers to when an editing session expires. To summarize, as Eloy already mentioned, for some cases, Collabora Connector application offers seamless integration and editing, ensuring a smooth workflow across platforms. With a simple and intuitive UI, users can effortlessly navigate and make edits without the learning curve. It provides great support for documents, allowing you to manage, format, and collaborate with ease. Designed for flexibility, the app is easily configurable and usable on subwikis, making it ideal for organized content management. Safe editing features ensure data integrity and prevent accidental changes. Additionally, both Collabora and XWiki offer great localization support, enhancing accessibility for global teams. Collabora Connector application is designed to enhance collaboration and efficiency across various domains. Such an example would be the need for editing meeting notes collaboratively in real time, ensuring teams stay aligned and informed. Another example can be managing technical documentation, operational guidelines, and compliance processes, which is no small task. Keeping all this information accurate, accessible, and up to date is essential for smooth operation, but can quickly become overwhelming without the right apps. For finance professionals, the app will help keep reports accurate and secure, maintaining compliance and data integrity. Marketing teams can as well align campaigns effectively, ensuring consistency across initiatives. Without a centralized system, feedback can get lost in endless email threads, and conflicting file versions slow down execution. In various domains, this integration provides a better way to share knowledge, enabling seamless communication and collaboration across teams. This should be it for the integration. Now, if you have questions for us, we are more than happy to answer them. I will check the share notes.
Indeed. So first, thank you very much, Lavinia, for a very clear and informative presentation and demo. Of course, it's not a lucky webinar if we don't have a little demo effect. We could do like a special sound effect when that happens. I don't think we ever had a webinar without the demo effect. So the questions are posted in the shared notes. Lavinia will start answering them one by one, but you still have time to post questions in the public chat. If you have any questions appeared in your mind during the presentation, you can still post them on the chat. and our colleagues will gather them from the chat and put them in the shared notes so that we can answer in an order. So now I will give the floor back to Lavinia for the Q&A.
Okay, I will start by reading the first question. Can we add a document workflow for review and approval requirements meeting USFDA and other QMS requirements for document management and control? So for the review and approval, this isn't something we offer out of the box. The most close thing to this that I can think of in Collabora is the reviews tab, where you can leave comments on the document, but this isn't actually publication workflow, but more of a collaborative feature. There are two community extensions on XWiki for a similar use case, namely change request and publication workflow, but these are for the wiki content and not the attachments. You can contact us with your specific use case and see what fits for it, or if custom work might be needed. The next question, which I think is for Eloy, interoperability. Do you support other file formats such as MS file formats?
Thank you, Lavinia. Yes, as I said during the presentation, one of the key features that we have is interoperability and excellent interoperability with Microsoft file formats, and trying to make sure that all your documents rely properly on Collabora Online. So yes, we offer an excellent interoperability with open document formats, or Microsoft file formats, docx, XLSX, PPTX, PPT, doc, etc., and also PDF viewing, etc. So the answer is yes.
Okay, I will go on to the next question. What are the best practices to organize Office documents in XWiki? I guess this depends on your need. I guess the best thing would be to have Office documents attached to the wiki content that is related to it. So you would have an organized wiki where you can have or your knowledge organized, and have on each wiki page you will have attachment needed for that content, and everyone will be able to work on them. I hope that answers your question. The next one, can we deploy code for free on premise, or are there any limitations? I guess this one is for you, Eloy.
Sure thing. Yes, of course, you can use code. Code is our free version, Collabora Online Development Edition. You can use it, same functionality, so no problem at all, open source, etc. It is true that we do not recommend, obviously, code for production environments. For, let's say, large deployments, if you have more than 15, 20 users, we don't really expect you to use code. Code is our rolling release, is where we test all the latest functionality, etc. It's like our playground where we test all the latest functionality, so it's not as stable as the supported version. So with the supported version for production environments, you have a much better performance of the tool, scalability, multi-tenancy, etc. But yes, you can use code for free without any problem. And yeah, as soon as you have a more let's say you have better needs in terms of a production environment, more scalability, more users, etc., we suggest you to use the supported version.
Okay, thank you. Is the Collabora Connector application fully supported across all XWiki deployments? Yes. The only restriction is the minimum supported version of XWiki. So Collabora integration can be installed on a minimum XWiki of 14.10. but there are no restrictions related to the supported installations. What is the advantage of using Collabora over the OnlyOffice connector? These two are two different applications. So Collabora is a different tool than OnlyOffice, even though the use case is pretty different. So the integration as well is can differ. The UI as well as the maybe document supported. I'm not sure to tell more on the differences between Collabora and OnlyOffice. I'm not sure if maybe Eloy, you want to add something to it.
Sure. First of all, we are fully open source. We are not trying to boil the ocean. We are here to trying to make the best online office suite. And I think that's really, really important in comparison with OnlyOffice. And of course, we also offer this excellent interoperability. Obviously, these are two different tools that can do more or less the same in terms of editing documents, but in terms of familiar user look and feel, how you use your documents, free your documents, getting an on-premise solution that hosted by you, controlled by everything, our unique secure model. As I explained before, nothing leaves your server, more flexibility in terms of pricing, etc. And I think these are the most important pieces. And also we are a European company, so we are trying to really offer something that is hosted in Europe and developed in Europe.
Okay, thank you. Do you think there might be an integration of Collabora as editor for native wiki pages? This would be nice for editorial workflows. Again, maybe Eloy, do you have some information about such an integration?
We do not have that integration per se inside XWiki or the other wiki pages, but we can explore this possibility. I'm really excited to hear about this use case and trying to see what we can do in order to do that. So my suggestion here is, because it's something outside the box, let's say, feel free to send us a little bit more information about your use case. We will do an internal analysis and we can get back to you, because I think it's a really good use case. And if we see something that is useful for you, we can do that. This is open source, this is free software, so we can do whatever you need. But we need to go deeper into the use case in order to know how we can do that.
Okay, thank you. Can Collabora Connector application be deployed in an air-gapped environment for organizations with strict data security policies? What are the best practices for deploying XWiki and Collabora without external internet access? Yes, XWiki supports installing apps in offline mode. We provide for each app a XIP package. This is the name of the extension. XIP package that contains an offline extension repository with the extension. Once you have the XWiki app installed and the Collabora one as well, you need to configure them in order for them to work. But the official documentation will provide more information about how this can be done. Next one. Can access controls be configured to restrict document editing permissions without XWiki? Within XWiki, sorry. Does the integration support fine-grained access management? For example, user roles, group policies. Yes, as stated in the presentation. Sorry, as stated in the presentation, you can restrict document permissions using the XWiki access rights management, since the page rights apply to its attachments and so to the Collabora editing itself. XWiki supports fine-grained permissions, which can be assigned to users or groups. And this can be achieved at different levels, including the entire wiki for a space or a page. Can the Collabora Connector application be customized to fit unique business needs? Are there extension points on the API for third-party integrations? There are two sites that provide help for such custom functionalities. One is the fact that XWiki is a platform that provides ways for developing your own engines, so you can add your own code on the platform. The other part is Collabora Online, which offers a lot of APIs for doing your custom changes and for integrating their product and the editing capabilities. So by combining these two and by following the documentation, this can be achieved, of course. You can add your own custom functionalities. What are the minimum requirements for deploying Collabora Online with XWiki in a production environment? I guess the minimum requirements for installation are the same as those for deploying XWiki. There isn't anything special for the Collabora integration. You can find all this in the official documentation. We will provide a link on the email we sent after the webinar. I guess these were all the questions.
Yes, indeed. It looks that way. Maybe let's just try to do a last call for questions. Any last questions? Speak now, or well, contact us on email. Nothing will happen if you if you don't post the questions now. Okay, I think there's some input coming in. So there's some input coming in on the second to last question about. So it's the link to the main entry point. It was posted in the shared notes. We will also, we will gather all the responses with all the details, and you will receive them on email with a full explanation. So don't worry if you didn't get the chance to note down the responses or any links. All right, any last question? All right, looks like no. Then just a few notes before closing this webinar. First of all, thank you so much to our speakers, Lavinia and Eloy. It was a great presentation and great answering to the Q&A, of course. To me, it was a success, so I hope we'll continue doing this kind of webinars with partners. And before we close, we would really love to hear your feedback about this webinar. Lorena just posted a CryptPad link where you can share your feedback with us. Let us know what you like, what you didn't like, what you wanted to learn more about, less, anything that you'd like to share with us about your expectations for this webinar, so that we can improve in the future, of course, and we can share more relevant information with you. So please take just 1 minute to fill in this form and look for the resources that will be shared on email with you. All right, that concludes it. Thank you so much for being here. Have an excellent evening or afternoon, depending from where you joined. And hopefully see you next time, or be in contact on the chat, on email and chats. Okay, thank you. Bye, everyone.